happens here, I'm just going to say it. Rumi meets Shams. They go to the Shams. He starts living with Rumi. Rumi, of course, has family, children, wife, but they just go to a room for over a month, 40 days together, and they will slide food inside. Nobody would go inside. So he was a teacher. He had a life. Everything was stopped, disturbed. So obviously everybody hated Shams. So Shams was upset because they were using bad language for him. He decided to leave. He left. He left, and then Rumi got sick. They went, they found him, they brought him back. Then Rumi thought to himself, I must do something this time that he becomes my family, so nobody, accuses him. Why are you in this house? You're nobody. So he had a stepdaughter named Kimia, who was only 15 years old. He marries Kimia to the 60 years old Shams. And after 2 months, Kimia dies. And it seems like Rumi's younger son had some affection towards Kimia. So he kills Shams. And that's done. That's the story. Yeah, but I mean, he should have been expecting, giving 15 years old girl to him.
Yeah, but 15-year-old was a little bit different in those days than now.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly.
But 15 is, 15 is young.
No,
16
it's
at those days, 16 was very old. 16. That's another. But that's the story of men everywhere in the Middle East. The core explanation of Shams and Rumi's relationship in that Rumi without Shams would not have been known to history. Rumi uses all his wit to keep his powerful wandering and bird in a cage for as long as possible. And we said why. Okay. Now I'm going to read one of Rumi's beautiful rhythmic poems. حیلت رها کن عاشقا دیوانه شو دیوانه شو واندر دل آتش درآ پروانه شو پروانه شو هم خویش را بیگانه کن هم خانه را ویرانه کن وانگه بیا با عاشقان هم خانه شو هم خانه شو رو سینه را چون سینه ها هفت آب شو از کینه ها وانگه شراب عشق را پیمانه شو پیمانه شو باید که جمله جان شوی تا لایق جانان شوی گر سوی مستان می روی مستانه شو مستانه شو گر چهره بنماید صنم پر شو از او چون آینه و زلف بشکافد صنم روشانه شو روشانه شو یک مدتی در خان بودی یک مدتی حیوان بودی یک مدتی چون جان شدی جانانه شو جانانه شو. This is intensely love poem. It's really amazing. It says, leave the deceit and become mad, become mad. Go throw yourself in the fire like butterfly. Make yourself become out of yourself. Means self should come strange to you. Become stranger to yourself. So you can live with someone in one house. It says, one gap یا باشد رو سینه را چون سینه ها go wash your chest, your inside from garages with the water from 7 skies, and then get a glass of wine and drink wine. And then here it says, if you want to be with beloved, you need to be like beloved's soul. So you're not physical. If you want to be with drunk people, you need to be drunk. If your beloved shows her face to you, you must be Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know if I have the name right. Musk deer, M-U-S-K, musk deer. Is a kind of deer in Farsi. They say, musk deer. Yeah. In Iran, they call it ahuye khotan. It's a deer that has a sack of perfume under his belly, and they make perfume. It's very expensive, so called musk deer. I wrote this poem in memory of my brother, who was 18 years old and got killed in Iran-Iraq war. And it was very, very special, very special. He was our last of 7. And I'm the second out of 7. So they took him from high school, they took him to war zone. That's the last we heard. He goes to high school in the morning, never comes back home. And then they said he disappeared. So we never even got his body. And we looked for it, my father, forefather looked for it, we never got his body. So this is in his memory. And believe me, I didn't write this years ago. I just wrote this like a month ago. So these things, stays with people. We ran in search of you on the soil you lost your life. We never found an inch of your body. On the soil smelled of evergreen and daffodil from your youth. We filled our fist from the aromatic soil, mixed it with Zai and the root water, and created beautiful piece of art as memorable as Persepolis. You became the river running through our house, filled by our tears. You became a young musketeer from Isfahan. The perfume of your young skin never left us. I'm going to read a poem from Ahmad Shamlu. Shamlu died 15 years ago, contemporary. And he, as I said before, maybe some of you heard it, his tombstone is in Tehran, and many times his tombstone built and still attacked by people who think they didn't like that he wasn't very religious and bad-mouthed government. But of course, he is now as famous as Hafiz in Iran, because he was revolutionary. He wasn't scared. He said, even if they kill me, I'm not going to leave the country. I'm here to write poetry, and that's it. مرا عظیم تر از این آرزویی نمانده است که به جستجوی فریادی گم شده برخیزم. با یاری فانوسی خرد یا بیاری آن در هر جای این زمین یا هر کجای این آسمان. فریادی که نیم شبی از سر ندانم چه نیاز ناشناخته از جان من برآمد و به آسمان ناپیدا برید. ای تمامی دروازه های جهان، مرا به یافتن فریاد گم شده خویش مددی کنید. There is left to me no strong wish than to rise in search of a lost cry. With or without the help of a paltry lantern, in every corner of the earth, in every corner of the sky, the cry that rose one midnight from my life, from I know not what neglected need, and escaped into the shrewded skies. All you gates of the universe, all you gates of universe, assist me in finding my lost cry. I will just read one more poem. I will read one more poem that called Gathas. you know, the Zoroastrian books, we call it, Zoroaster was the first poet on earth, was over 4,000 years ago. His writings in a book is like a poem, small poems. So we call gathas like a small poems. And my ancestors, like 5 generations before, they were Zoroasters. Zoroasters, yeah. Recycled woman arrives along with all the seasons, arrives with freshness and the beauty of spring, arrives with yellow leaves in autumn, arrives in the season of ice and freezing rain. She's present everywhere, along the dirt roads, along the plains, in the forgotten houses, between the lines of gathas, across the fire temples, in the mosque, churches with frozen dreams. Recycled woman knows that life is like the morning dew sitting on the green leaves, so brief, so fragile. She learned that everywhere, far or near, in the troubled roads of Harlem, next to the green beauty of Tamalpais, from the blue domes in the city of Isfahan to the plains of Africa, there is a need to gather the broken pieces of love.